Hey everyone, April is interview month at the Office of Career Services, so today I want to share with you guys some tips on how to follow up after an interview. So just a quick discussion on what the purpose of follow-up is and some ways you can get in touch with an employer after an interview. So the main purposes of follow-up, first and foremost, is to thank the interviewer for their time and consideration. Amongst their busy schedule, they're looking at your resume, your cover letter, your application, and they're also meeting with you for 30 minutes to an hour to ask you questions about your skills and strengths and what you can bring to the table as a possible intern or possible full-time staffer. So it's just really important to acknowledge that time and effort that they've put into the process. Another purpose of follow-up is to make sure that the employer has all the information they can need to make the best decision about the job or internship you're applying for. I know sometimes when I interview, I get really nervous and forget to answer a question that may have been included in other questions or provide a really awesome experience or skill that I have that could be really marketable. So it's great during follow-up to include those little tidbits just so that the employer can keep thinking about how you could possibly fit into their work environment. Finally, the last purpose of follow-up is to really be on the same page with the employer in terms of the time frame. When you have an interview, you might have a second round interview after, you might receive an offer, and so it's really important to determine or know at least when you're going to be hearing back from the employer just so that you're not worried if you don't hear back within the day or the week. So just getting on the same page as the employer is always a good step to take. So some ways to follow up include a phone call, an email, and a thank you note. A phone call is a very direct way to get in touch with somebody. Most likely when you interview with an employer, you'll receive a phone number of some kind, so you can either leave a message or have a quick conversation with the employer, and that is a great way to get directly in touch with them. You know that they've talked to you and taken some time to get to know you a little bit more. There's also the email. The email is really quick. Usually everyone that's working has a pretty full inbox, so they have that opportunity to look at your email, but it's always really important with emails specifically to send those out as soon as possible just to show the interviewer, the employer in general, that you are motivated and that you're active and you're really wanting to take initiative to take advantage of any opportunity that you have. Finally, you have the handwritten thank you note. Now, that's a little bit more, not necessarily old school, but just a different route to get in touch with somebody. But usually thank you notes can be very personal, and it's always fun to have mail arrive at the office. But really any way that you get in touch with an employer and follow up is a good step to making sure they remember who you are and what you can bring to the table. Thanks.